Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a match between Bisu and Larva here on Fighting Spirit, bottom left. It is gonna be our 500 APM, a white Zerg player, it is Larva, and in the bottom right, it is Bisu. So Bisu versus Larva here on Fighting Spirit. Got this replay off of Team Liquid. Dug around for replay packs for a long time back in 2016, 17, 18, 19 to get these replays. Maybe I should go for another dive in Team Liquid's forums. Alright, so a PVZ here on Fighting Spirit. What do we got? Well, Bisu, gonna scout around, trying to see if there's a pool first here from his enemy Larva. Larva, who does love himself a good pool first play, man. He likes early link pressure. He's very good with it. It's delicious. It's delicioso. Overlord scouting the wrong way. What's up, Terry? Yes, Terry, you're going the wrong direction. Well done, sir. Congratulations on your daughter's piano recital. I'm sure it was very lovely. Please send me a video of that event. I'd love to watch it. And there we go, scout in the right direction. Oh no. So traditionally, when Bisu scouts the right direction on Fighting Spirit, he wins. Historically. Just a thought. We'll see. We'll see if that happens here today. I mean, I'm telling you, the number of times Bisu scouts the right direction on a 4-player map and wins the game is like 80%. So, you're playing from behind here, Larva. You don't know it yet. As he overpools. And then the probe's here to block the attempt at expanding and his incredibly annoying stuff. And the control is perfect because it's Bisu. Obviously, that guy's going to have insanely good control. And it's a Forge coming up back home from Bisu, recognizing that the threat of the overpool is lings in your face. And basically what you do here is you fight until you're going to lose, and then you throw down a pylon, and then the Zerg player hates their lives. Dude, this could... Jukes! The jukes are good. The jukes are cooking. Look at this. He's trying. Larva, oh, he can see the drone settle into the become a hatch animation, and then he just, oh, then Bisu just wanders barely into range to screw with it. This is so delayed. Oh, okay, got it. 2 minutes and 32 seconds on the expand. Way later than he wanted. Zerglings are going to get revenge by going across the map and trying to kill Bisu now, but there's a cannon coming up, and a gateway helping to wall off, and maybe a couple of probes going to help wall off. There's only 2 lings out in total. Is that true? Yeah, man, there's only 2 lings out in total. We're droning hard to try to make up for the fact that the second base is incredibly late. Yeah, checking to see. Did you throw up another hatch up here? No, but you probably should, Larva. I would recommend that being something you try to pull off, is expanding to a third base, because look, Bisu's got his second base, and it's going to warp in any second now. There's your third. Okay, I like it. Third base, low ground. This location, Fighting Spirit, traditional place for a third. You throw down some lurkers here. Well, Hydras and Sunkens at the very least, and then maybe lurkers eventually if you can afford them, if you're not trying to go for something else. Metabolic Boost is on the way. So Metabolic Boost coming in before the Lair upgrade, which indicates we're probably going to go for some link pressure. And that means that Scourge are going to be a little bit later against the probable Corsair opening from B. So he's just the one that totally made Corsair openings a thing versus Zerg. So he knows what he's doing there, yeah. Yeah, I'd say the odds of dealing with Corsair Bisu Corsairs is a lot lower than in pretty much any other Protoss player on Earth. So the good news is, I think a run by is pretty possible. Is that a solid wall? The Zealot holding this? Because I feel like if the Lings run, just get inside the main base and harass and scout out, and they're like, oh my goodness, oh, it's a Citadel of a dude. What? Are we going DTs first here? Oh, Bisu, yes, scamp. I like it. I like it a lot. And there's your lair timing. Wait, hold on. Maybe lair timing goes before metabolic boosts, and I wasn't paying attention. Doesn't really matter. Speeds out for the lings. Probe's coming in for the scout. Sees the timing on lair. Sees it's not done yet. And says, all right, cool. I think we'll be fine. And then, the lings did come over here trying to take down the cannon. They can't do it. Knocks it down to 13 HP. Oh, that sucks. He had more lings, too. He could have brought more lings in, but now the wall is tight. Well, kind of. There's a probe in there. It's not exactly the tightest wall of all time. Where is my Templar? A second cannon, because this one is very close to falling over. Spire on the way, and it's going to be, okay, Zealot legs. So maybe like a speed lot Corsair kind of a thing. I gotta say, it's been a while since I've seen a Protoss player not open Stargate and not open DTs when he didn't open Stargate. Like, I mean, yeah, speed lots are great. I guess maybe you're trying to catch Larva off guard with a really fast speed lot attack, which Lings are pretty bad against, and Hiders are really bad against. You really need SimCity and Sunkens and Lurkers at, you know, if you can afford any of that stuff. Macro Hatch coming in here at Lenat. And I'm really waiting for a Stargate to happen. And there it is. There's the Stargate. Okay. 2 Stargates. Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Speedlot Corsair 2-base attack? I'm intrigued, Bisu. Show me your ways. Teach me your strategies and what you'd like to do to poor Savior here. I mean, obviously murder him and all of his Zergling children, but, you know. Exactly how is what I'm looking at. Alright, so I'm talking about Zealots. Notice they don't have a running animation. It's very much a speed walking. They'd be great at the speed walking event at the Olympics, man. That is an event at the Olympics, by the way, in case you're wondering. So, my gosh, it's only... Yeah, remember what I said about speed lot attacks? And how they're really good against Zerglings, but the Sunken is helping immensely here. Zealots aren't quite interested in attacking it. They're going to kill as many drones as they can, so drone down, drone down, drone down, drone down. Dude, down to 20. We can drop this down to 19 drones. Can't quite pull it off. And by that I mean... maybe you can pull it off. No. Okay, 3 kills on that Zealot. Not too shabby. 4th base timing for Larva needs to be happening here soon. Are we just double pumping Corsairs? We are. I mean, it could be Scouts, but that'd be dumb because they're overpriced. And kind of terrible against Zerg unless they're making Devourers, I guess, or Guardians? Which there are better ways to kill those units if you're Protoss than Scouts. So sorry, Scouts. You're just too expensive and not worth the price. Temple Archives coming in, recognizing, you know, gotta have Storm. Are we playing against a Zerg player today? Yes. Do we have Psionic Storm? Yes. Great. Chances of winning just went up substantially. Or, you know, maybe DTs. Who knows? So Lynx try to jump in again. Just making good trades is fine. They're trying to actually hit the Sunken this time, which isn't going all that well for them. Just trying to focus down individual drones. A better drone pull this time from Larva's second Sunken finishes up and is looking exceptionally useful. Yeah, 2 Sunkens against, you know, 6 or 7 Zealots is going to be exactly what you need in your life. 3 kills, and again, we can make Mutilas because it wasn't a Stargate opening, but guess what? It is a Stargate opening, and it's a lot of Corsairs, and I think I missed a Mutilist Corsair battle because these guys are all very injured. So I assume they killed the Corsairs. Oh, maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't, and they just took a ton of damage, and that was bad news for them. Huh. So we are making DTs and not getting Storm yet. And all right, so cannon down. DTs defending. Did you bring any detection with you? No? Oh, this is... yeah, this is not working out. Braun, you killed 2 cannons. Congratulations. The Corsair count is huge. Stop making Mutalisks. These are all the mutas are going to be allowed today. Fourth base sneaking up here from Larva. Overlords don't have speed. DT tries to wander in, but there's like 3 Overlords and 2 Sunkens here and a Spore to boot. So DT attacks into the natural base are not a possibility. DT attacks into the 3rd base more so. There's only 1 Overlord here. And that one's going to be a Spore. Okay, so never mind. Spore detection is strong. And Corsairs can't help with that at all. Corsairs. Nope. See, this is where you have enough Corsairs that the Scourge is going to get one shot as they try to come in. This is why you have a Spore, is it chases them away. They don't do amazing amounts of damage versus Corsairs, but they hit them. DT tries to wander in. Look, man, there's a Corsair there. Once again, this base is going to be difficult to handle, but that's a dead Overlord, probably. The supply block is real right now, too, and the complete lack of a third base is interesting. From Bisu, we're 10 minutes into this thing. He doesn't have a third base at all. There you go. He's sneaking it. He's trying to sneak it. The Mutas are like, if the Corsair's away, the Mutalisks will play. That's exactly what they're doing. Okay, racking up some probe kills here. Man, triple kill, quadruple kill, pentakill. This is going very well. Worker count is down to 33 for Bisu. 31 for 30 for Bisu. 29. And that was the last battle for the Mutas, but they just knocked down the pro count at 28. And dang, Larva's already back up to 44. The larger problem is, does he have an armory to deal with this many Zealots with +1 attack on Archon and a DT? Well, the sunken count is 3, with probably another one being added to that very soon. It is 96 to 69 supply, which means that the army value is massively bigger for Bisu, but a lot of those are Corsairs, which you can't really win the game with exactly, you know? Scourge trying to hit some connections there. I think one made a hit there, but overall, not great. So the longer the game goes on, I think the more it's going to favor Larva here. He's got a great economy. He's got the 3 gas rolling. Is soon to be a 4th gas, too. Sitting here at a full 52 worker. He made more Mutas? Dude, he's catching Bisu off guard like he's catching me off guard right now. He ends up killing more. Knocked all the way back down to 27 probes. Splitting. Because heaven forbid Mutalisks be faster than Corsairs. Like, they beat them straight up in a fight every time, and they're faster than they are. Poor Mutalisks. Like, I understand we needed something to stop the reign of Mutalisk terror in StarCraft 1 before Brood War came out. But, Corsair may have been a bit of an overtune. That said, nobody thought they were that great back then. Nobody was like, oh yes, the Corsair, I'm going to implement that into all of my games. Nobody did until Bisu came around and was like, hey, you know what? This is actually pretty great. At killing Overlord, supply blocking the Zerg, preventing them from having vision out on the map too. Day9 has a great video on this. If you want to see it, let me know, and I'll put a link to that in the description. But face mashing at its best. Oh, the Sim City is really good. The Archons are not finding much purchase at all. Zealots aren't doing particularly well either. Dragoon's better at managing Sim City because, well, they can just bypass the buildings entirely. That is so many Scourge. Oh, okay, it sort of works. We're down to 3 Corsairs. That's nice. 101 to 70 supply here. The sunken count has dropped down to 1. And there are still enough Corsairs here to be a problem. There's 5 Mutas and 6 Lings and a single Lurker in production, but it looks like Larva's going to lose his 3rd base entirely. The good news, not Mutalisk, just flies to his death. Well done, sir. Flies to his death. The good news is that he's got 2 bases that he's mining from up in the top left here, so losing the 3rd is not the end of the world. He's definitely losing it. I mean, that is a lair that's going to die. And, you know, by proxy, it means that his main base is also going to go down. So this is not looking great for Larva. But once again, I mean, Bisu scouted him first. So, like, what else could he do other than die? Holy Ling run by Batman. Okay. So the Zerglings run in with their 0 attack upgrades and 0 armor upgrades and kill 2 cannons. This game is getting extremely interesting all of a sudden. I was like, Larva lost his 2 bases. He's toast. But the probe count is back down to 27. Oh, 2 Archons. That's actually enough. 2 Archons to handle Mutaling. Excellent. Bisu knows what's up. Oh, hang on. Going for it. Going for the surround. Trying to take the Archon out through the sheer power of splitting. They're going to get 1, but then there's 2, remember, that I mentioned out here. And, Magic blocks it, maybe? Corsair is showing up to the party. And the larger question is, can you shut down the attack on this top left? Because if you can, Larva, you might be able to pull this thing off. 31 workers to 28 now in favor of Bisu, because of course it is. Gonna set up, gonna stage it. Not just gonna A move over here, gonna A move up to this location, and then go. Actually, no. Are we? Yeah, okay, so resetting up here. The Mutas are... Oh my gosh, they took down another Archon, but the Corsairs are such a problem. There's not enough links to handle the Zealots, and the Zealots have +1 attack anyway, and these are 0 attack Zerglings, which are just not... It's not gonna work out. And harassing down here to make sure the third base of Bisu doesn't happen. This is scraptastic all of a sudden. This is a scrappy game. Nobody has more than 2 bases at 15 minutes. That's crazy. What is Drone trying to do? We're just going to casually throw up another Sunken at the front here. Don't mind us. +1 attack. Archon, Zealot, Dragoon, pretty good. It's just the larger problem for Bisu is he's mining out of his main base pretty quickly. Some of these patches are just seconds away from being entirely mined out. Oh, I looked away for a second. And the attack is on at the third base, top left. Lings at the front to absorb hits, allowing Sunkens to get damage done. Maybe not all the way out. Larva, maybe not all the way out here, friend. Yeah. Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. I mean, you didn't... Oh, you get to get the one Zealot. Fine, it counts. Mutas with 2 Scourge. Like, you can't... He's just harassing probes here. I love it. He's stacking Mutas with like 3 Mutalisks. By that I mean it is 3. Yep. Bingo bongo. Oh, he's rebuilding in his main? Larva, you madman. And the army comes down and says, all right, so the more important thing at this stage of the game is that I actually get a third base. Because I recognize my natural base and my main base are kind of mining out different, you know, they'll mine out at different times, but not far enough apart that I'm worried about it, or I'm happy about it. So Lair's back, Spire's back, Spawning Pool's back. All the tech is here for Larva. 67 to 107 supply. Zealot scouts the retaking of the main base side by Larva, which is hilarious. Scourge count is insane. But dude, that Corsair count, that's 12 Corsairs! 12 Corsairs! I know you put your money on the Mutalisk here, but Bisu just has the counter. Alright, couple Corsairs die to that, but now you have to run, and now you're all going to die. Oh no, the Corsairs actually stayed home. They stayed home, the third base is warping in. Zealot's making sure the main base does not get resurrected for Larva, and in fact, it's dead. I mean, it got resurrected, but that was, you know, it's dead now, which, I guess it died twice, is the general concept here. Right, this attack into the third base is kind of everything. Pull back! Pull back. I don't know if it can be done, Larva. I believe in your powers. I don't know that you're... Oh my gosh, he's trying to make Mutas work here. You know how I feel about Mutas in this matchup. He's gotten a lot of work done with them. So I'm not complaining, right? Larva, I trust. If anybody can win a game with Mutalisks against Bisu, Larva is on that list. Pre-splits. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Let's go. The Corsairs have to flee. The Mutas are sniping High Templar before... Oh, Storm is done, but how much energy is there? Oh, the High Templar snipe was sick. I don't know that it's enough. Like, are you going to win the game with that sick High Templar snipe? I don't know that we necessarily need spellcasters here to win this thing from Bisu. He's up 119 to 67 supply. He's trying... Okay, Laura's taking the 12 o'clock for a new third. I guess you can call it that if you want. Muta's trying to pick off individual Zealots, just finding as much damage as Zergly possible here. But it's not looking all that particularly great for Larva. The success rate of going Mutalisks against Protoss these days is not good. Zealot's got 11 kills, because why wouldn't he have 11 kills, Falcon? Duh. Alright, Muta's finding the Zealot attack, but guess what? They've got Corsairs and Dragoons and Archons. here to help him. And really, the Archons are almost the bigger threat here. You can kind of split much better against Corsairs than you can Archons, and the Scourge connections are decent. Is that 2? There are only 2 Corsairs remaining? Dude, okay, I like this idea a lot, actually. Flying into the main, maybe trying to supply block Bisu as much as you can here, but that third base of his, yeah, he canceled it. He's like, yeah, there's a million Zealots heading up this way. That's not happening. And then, see, if you only have a couple of Corsairs, Mutas can whittle that down quite nicely. This third base staying alive is what really matters here today. If these Lings had any attack upgrades at all, I'd feel much better about it. I mean, the upgrade advantage to Bisu is huge here. He's got +2 attack on his melee, gateway units, not melee, gateway units, and then his air units have a +1 attack. And I mean, there's +1 Carapace up for the Zerg player, but this whole Ling Muta thing is just not going to work. The third base is running nicely, falling behind economically here, 35 to 28 total workers. Lings, I don't know what they're doing down in the bottom left at all, but I mean, Larva is refusing to die here today. And I just feel like if he'd spent the time getting +1 attack. Oh, the Storm is done. Ah, the Storm is so good. And I think that's your GG, man. There's just not enough Zerg here. 133 to 72 supply. I mean, fighting to the end. Larva is a fighter. Wings running into their devs. That's not exactly how you want to play ZVP when you're horribly outnumbered. 141 to 57 supply. Mutas keep dying to these cannons, and GG. Larva taps out, and Bisu is your winner. Ay, caramba. Here in 21 minutes and 57 seconds. Wow. That was, I mean, that was intense. I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure. That was intense, a ZVP. But what it really came down to was the huge attack on the natural base and then also killing the main base for Bisu. And for a minute there, having these 2 bases top left that were not able to be killed by Bisu, and there wasn't a third base yet for the Protoss, meant that there was a decent chance for Larva to get out there and get this win. But once the third base came up, and once Larva was not able to kill it under any circumstances, Bisu was protecting this with his life. And then suddenly there's just a million Archons out, and there's a million Zealots out, and there's +2, and there's Psionic Storm, and there's Corsairs, a lot of which died in this game. I mean, a ton of Corsairs died in this game. I'm not sure if there are any Corsairs left on the map. He made a bunch, and they got a lot done against this Mutalisk heavy strat from Larva, and they paid the iron price for it. So GG, man. That was amazing. 136,000 points there for Bisu, 119 for Larva. Outproduced the Protoss by a 5-to-2 ratio, but got killed in a pretty solid 3-to-1 ratio. Structures raised, 20-6. And then resources are just too even. In a 21-minute match against Bisu, if you're Zerg, if it's 35 resources or 35,000 resources spent to 35,000 resources spent, you're probably going to lose. That's just the numbers. That's it, man. Incredible. Incredible stuff. All right, so that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.